Hello everyone and welcome back to another Stove Tuesday video. Tatonka Flame Adjuster, constructed of stainless steel, made in good old Vietnam, not China, Vietnam. You're probably thinking, okay, what's he going to do with that? Well, I don't actually own one of their stoves and I've bought the cap. I know it sounds absolutely nuts. And you're thinking, what, he's lost the plot. What is he doing? He's bought the cap, the flame adjuster, but he doesn't actually own a Tatonka alcohol stove. The bloke's a blooming idiot. Well, this is a Swedish Army Trangia. This is the original one. Just for a comparison, that's the modern day Trangia next to it. Now, as you know, the modern day Trangia comes with a lid and a simmer ring comes snuffer cap. It will sit on the top of the Swedish Army Trangia, but it doesn't work very well as a simmer ring because on the new version there's a gap, and that gap allows enough oxygen in there and gives you a continuous simmer. When you go and put it on the original one, the old army style, it actually shuts all that off. And what happens is it works for a little bit, but then it shuts off too much oxygen and it just kind of starts puffing and panting, and it really doesn't do that much, because this is really not the best thing to use on the Swedish Army Trangia. So I was doing a bit of research on forums and I watched a couple of videos, etc. And it said that basically that this Tatonka Flame Adjuster works perfectly on the Swedish Army Trangia, the original. So that's why I've got this today, and I thought I'd have a look, see if it does actually fit, see if it works. And do you remember a program used to be called Mythbusters? And there used to be a chap, Adam Savage and Jamie something or other, I've forgotten the chap's name, and they basically had a myth and they went to prove in each episode whether it was correct or incorrect, and it was like busted or the myth was true. And that's pretty much what I'm going to try and do today with the Tatonka cap and the Swedish Army Trangia, because I know there's a lot of you out there have still got these, and they're a bit of fun. They're not as efficient as this little man here, the modern version, but I've got a Swedish Army stove and it works beautifully with it, so there's no reason to not use it. So the first part of this is, does it fit over the top? Absolutely no problems at all. The second part is, does it open out to become a simmer ring? Yes, no problem at all. But I can see there may be a bit of an issue with this, and this myth may be busted already because there's too much of a gap between the old style Trangia and the outer of the simmer ring. What I'll do, if I put them both side by side, hopefully this will give you a good idea about what I'm talking about. There is a small gap there. There is a huge gap there. So I don't actually think this is going to work very well with the old style Trangia. But the only way we're going to find out is to take him outside, fire him up, and to see what it's all about. Let's do it. Whoa, back up a bit. There's something I've forgotten. With the lid on, does the cap fit tidy on the lid? Well, I got no complaints about that. Good job. Let's get outside.